Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Layak from the Hammer Drops podcast. Welcome to 2024. Welcome to an all-new season, if you want to call it, of the show. Now, this episode, we're going to tell you, I'm going to sit here, I'm going to tell you what you kind of things you can expect moving forward this year. I know I've posted on social media that we're going to change the format. We're going to still talk politics on here, but we're not going to do it as much. We're going to talk about everything, because there's things out there that concern people, that people want to know about. People want, they're in the endless search for, I want to lose weight. I want to get in shape. I want to eat better. I want to, get rid of big pharma. I want to do all this stuff. And well, good thing you came to this show, because guess what? You're going to hear those type of things here. And I'm going to have guests where they're going to answer questions. And once we go live with those guests, we're going to have, you're going to be able to ask them questions live in a chat. And we'll get questions answered right away for you. So these are all things that I'm looking forward to in 2024. It's time for a change. I mean, let's face facts, okay? I'm going to go on the record right now and say, I don't give a crap if you're Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, Independent, whatever. The one thing we can all agree on is that I don't care what side of the aisle that you're on, it's all corrupt, it's all bullshit. Everything that you see is just a facade. And after taking the time off that I have, and I go back on like Twitter or X, whatever the fuck you want to call it, or even Facebook, and you just see all these fucking people just posting this bullshit. The next thing is being pro-Palestinian and pro-Hamas. That's the new thing that's going around. If you supported fucking Ukraine, guess what? Now you support fucking Palestine. And, and I'm not sitting here saying that I support Palestine. I'm not saying I support Palestine. I'm not sitting here saying that I support Israel on the bullshit that they're doing with the whole, they have so many Mossad agents riddled throughout the world, spying on everybody. It's fucking pathetic. So I'm not saying that I'm pro anything. Well, I take it back. Let me rephrase that, folks. I am pro one fucking thing, and that's pro-American. I'm all about the American way of life and that's it. Pro-American, that's it. I can give a fuck about Ukraine. I can give a fuck about Palestine or Israel. I don't fucking care. What I care is what's happening here in the United States. And so, yes, we are still, the show is going to still be heavily political. It will be, but I think this time around, because things that I've experienced in this time away has really opened my eyes. Right now, especially with the people that are in office, you can totally tell and just see what they want to do. They want to kill, the killing, they want to kill fossil fuels, okay? They want to usher in electricity, this and that. Especially, it's especially prevalent in Illinois, where Pritzker, that fat piece of Fred Flintstone shit, doing what he's doing, okay? With him, the ICC, the Illinois Commerce Commission, all of them, they're all fucking pieces of shit. The head person of the ICC was handpicked by Pritzker because this fucking guy wrote the Clean Air Act or whatever the fuck it is, their whole green agenda. He wrote the bill. So Pritzker, what does he do? Nice pat on the back, and here, you could be in charge of the Illinois Commerce Commission. But just remember, if you're in natural gas or oil or anything like that, I want it to be more restricted. And that's exactly what they're doing. And how do I know? Because I work in the industry. I can sit here and tell you that that's what they're fucking doing because I see it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say what company I work for because that would just be fucking stupid. But I can assure you it's alive and well. Okay? So, yeah, we're still going to be, very much political. But, we're going to talk about other things. History, again, history, Norse paganism, stuff that there's a lot of people out there that want to know more about. And that's what this show is going to be about, is bringing information to you, my listeners. I'm going to keep the same, mindset that I've always had. Yes, I have a sponsor. I mean, I guess, yes, he is. Okay, the company is a sponsor, Miller's Motorcycle Gear out in Algonquin. They are a sponsor. Do I get paid by them? No. I do what I can to bring you guys benefits. So all you have to do if you want to get the benefits of them being a sponsor is when you go to the store, tell them that you heard this on the show and get 10% off. So it's all about savings for you, okay? And at very most, that's the kind of stuff that you're going to hear as far as the sponsor goes. I'm not going to have like these other podcasts where you fucking put it on and it right into, let's talk about a sponsor. Hey, you got to buy gold. You got to do this. You got to do that. No, fuck that. I know your time is valuable just as well as mine. And I'm not going to riddle my podcast with garbage like that because I think that takes away from the experience. Now, one thing I'm going to be doing also is eventually here, I'm going to have a round table, a poker table. I'm going to do some episodes around there, maybe have a couple other people here, in the studio or in the basement. It's the basement, but I like to call it my studio. It's my little man cave, I guess. Have them over. We'll do some shows like that. I'm going to do some remote stuff as well. So it's going to get geared up very quickly, hopefully. Now, if you or anybody that you may know wants to be a guest on the show, and again, I don't care if you are Democrat, Republican, what side of the aisle you're on, or anything like that. I don't care. You got something you want to talk about? I want you to be on the show. We can have a very civilized conversation about whatever. Even if you're a Biden supporter, I welcome you onto the show because honestly, and I've been wondering this for the last 3 years, like, why? What has fucking Biden done besides destroy the fabric of this great country and trying to destroy our Constitution and take away our constitutional rights? That's all I've seen him do. But you have these other people that are out there that, seem to think he's this great guy, that he's brought jobs, created jobs, done this, unemployment's the lowest it's ever been. But, again, if it's a Republican president, they're not going to tell you the whole fucking truth. They're not going to tell you, oh, yeah, by the way, you have hundreds of thousands of people that are still unemployed that can't get benefits because they used up all their benefits. So they're not factored into the unemployment rate anymore because they're essentially off the system. They're not going to tell you these things. Why would they? They need to make sure that the numbers look good. All right. You're going to start seeing stuff when you're going out driving. They're going to be preaching, oh, yeah, gas prices came down. Gas prices now are, was it $2.74 a gallon or $2.75 a gallon? Yeah, it's still higher than it was back in 2020. You still go to the grocery store and you're still paying. I know for me and my wife, we still pay 50% more than we paid last year. And that's up from 3 years ago. We could go to the grocery store, just the two of us, 3 years ago, before this guy goes in the office, and we can spend just over $100 and have a shit ton of food, right? Now we go to the grocery store and we spend, $350 a week at the grocery store. I guess maybe it's because we like to eat healthy and take care of ourselves. So maybe that's why we're paying more, because we go organic and grass fed and, all that fun stuff. And I think we're going to start looking away from the grass fed in the grocery stores because you know what? Let's face it. I don't really trust grocery stores that much anymore with everything that's going on. So there's great thing, local farms all over the place. So I think we're going to find a local farm that's, right around here. And actually, so this way we can see the steer, see the cow that and what they're eating, making sure they're just eating grass. And then that's where we're going to go because, I want grass fed. And that's what I want. I want no chemicals, no antibiotics, none of that crap, So, and trust me, been doing this now for a while. I feel much better eating healthier. And I'm okay with spending a little bit extra, but you can't go off and preach that, hey, prices are coming down, there's no inflation, when in fact there still is. I mean, let's face it. Here I am, my first show of the year, and I'm already talking about politics. So, but could you expect anything less from me? I mean, seriously. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to talk about motorcycles. I love motorcycles. I have a 2002 Road King Classic. Done a lot of work to that bad boy, and it's I love it. So we're going to we'll talk about motorcycles. We'll also talk about motorcycle clubs because I was and am involved in that aspect in the motorcycle community. And I'm not going to be the one that's going to, how do I put this? I'm going to tell you how it is, because all the things that I've experienced and everything that you're going to hear on this show is things that I've experienced, things that I've done. Okay. I've experienced some pretty fucked up shit, especially in the motorcycle community. But then I've also experienced some pretty great things. There's some great people, and there's some really shady motherfuckers out there that, they'll try to get you to donate money to some Ponzi scheme they got going on and then fuck you over and not give you your money back, because they're whatever. There are people like that out there, and those are the people that you want to stay clear of, especially when it comes to that. So, I'm going to do a show with that. I'm going to bring in guys that are in clubs and stuff like that to give their side, to give their take on it as well. So it's not going to just be a one-sided thing for me. We're going to hear from others, on the same topic. Hopefully we'll get the sponsor in here, have him do a show with us. He's done a show with us before when we talked about China and stuff like that. So hopefully we get him back in. He's very knowledgeable, especially with history and stuff like that, in club life and all that stuff. So that he's going to be a great asset to have on the show. You want to know about Norse paganism, want to know about the Norse gods, stuff like that. Different things that we celebrate. We're going to talk about it. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy the new show. I know I'm pretty fucking excited about it. I'm not going to get too crazy. I'm going to keep it more old school, I guess. I'm not going to get super creative. I mean, I may get super creative sometimes with like the artwork for the episodes and all that shit. But you know what? I want to spend more time on making sure that it sounds good to you guys listening to this on your stereos, in your cars, on headphones, whatever. But I want it to be as accurate as possible. That's my focus. I know it's a lot of work to try to do all of that, plus make sure that you have all this perfect artwork so people will fucking click on it. You know what? I get it, but that's not what this is going to all be about. So, and we're going to talk about plant medicines. That's something very big that we have gotten into. My wife has, so we're going to talk about that. Yeah. So it's going to be a very kickback, especially when we start to go live. It'll be very kickback, and you'll see maybe somebody smoking a cigar, somebody sitting back sipping on some whiskey, whatever. So, yeah. Let me know what you want to hear. And again, if you or someone you know that wants to be a guest on the show, reach out, email me at leak@thehammerdrops.com. Go to the website at thehammerdrops.com. You can contact me through there as well, or even hit us up on social media, Facebook, X, whatever. Let me know if you know somebody that might be interested, and let's see what you want to talk about. And again, I'm very diverse, so if I don't care what you want to talk about, I'll carry on a conversation with it because you know what? If it's something that you know more about than I do, I'm going to learn something. It's all about learning. I'm firm believer in that. So I'm not going to sit here. Just so you guys know, I know I've said in the past, I'm going to do like 3-4 shows a week. Let's face facts. This isn't my full-time gig. This is my part-time thing. It's a hobby. So I'm not going to promise 3-4 shows a week. I'm going to get as many shows as I can out in a week. Maybe it might just be one. That's what I'm going to shoot for. At least one a week or one every other week. But I'm going to be consistent as far as that goes. You have my word on that. And I'll make sure I'll try to do my best to let you guys know if I'm going to take extended time off. That's why I try to tell people to make sure that you follow on social media because you're going to see it more there than you will on obviously through the podcast. And then the one thing I'm going to ask for you guys, I'm going to, when you hear an episode, make sure whatever podcast platform you're listening to, like that episode, share the episode, leave a comment. It's going to help, especially now more than ever. It's going to help with those algorithms. It's going to help us to get out to more people because, let's face facts, between Google, Facebook, all of them, TikTok. I mean, the censorship is very real, and they're trying to do their best to censor shows like this. But, and I think the only time that they're really going to be able to censor me now and try to hide it is when I do go political. And that's why I want to have a more larger spectrum of topics to talk about. And that's another reason why I'm going to be going that route too, is because I'm sick of the censorship. I really am. You say one key word and all of a sudden you're shadow banned on every fucking platform, which is ridiculous, but what are you going to do? So I think with that, folks, I'm going to leave you right there. So yeah, let me know what you think. Make sure that you follow us on whatever your favorite social media is, whatever your favorite podcast platform is. All you have to do is the Hammer Drops podcast, and we're going to pop up. So until the next time, you guys be good to one another. All right, peace out.